Okay, so let's look at a situation where sine rule is applicable in bearings, right? We have a question involving bearings, and then we'll ultimately use sine rule to find the answers there. A girl starts from point A, walks 285 meters to B on a bearing of 78 degrees. So that's the distance and that's the bearing, right? Our distance we're looking at is 285 meters and the bearing there is 78 degrees, right? She then walks due south to a point C, and that is 307 meters from A. So what we realize this time, the direction she's going to move is straight down south. It's going to move straight down south. But now she's going to move until she's at a point that's 307 meters from A. This is not the distance she moves. This is the distance she is at the end from the starting point. So we're given the distance of the final point from the starting point. And now you've got two questions. What is the bearing of A from C? And what is BC? So the first thing, let's try and draw this and see what it would look like, right? The first thing being the movement here, 285 meters from point A at a bearing of 78 degrees. So I can mark any point here. This makes my point A, and then I draw a north line because bearing is measured from the north there. And then sketch a 78-degree angle, which is her direction from the north. And then we say that's it. She moves 285 meters. When she's at point B now, this is our north line, she moves straight down south to another point. So this is point B. She moves straight down south to another point C. And we're told that C is 307 meters from A. So C is 307 meters from A. So we can complete this and write 307 meters from A there. C is 307 meters from A. Now, we are asked, find the bearing of A from C. Find the bearing of A from C. So we are going to measure the bearing from C. So if we come here, if we look at the situation we have here, allow me just to extend that a little bit, right? The bearing of A from C will be the clockwise angle at C all the way like this, right? This is the line joining C and A. So you're looking at the clockwise angle at C there, right? So how can we find this? What information can we first of all obtain from the situation we have here? The first thing we know is that this line and that line are both pointing at the north, so they are parallel. If they are parallel, we have the issue of Z angles at play, or what we call alternate angles, meaning if this is 78, the angle here is also 78 degrees. So that's something we know. And then the next thing we can do is we can find this angle here, right? We can find this angle here, right? That we'll call angle C, right? So we know that B is 78 degrees, and then the side B, which is opposite B, is going to be 307 meters. And then we know C, the angle, is unknown, but the side opposite C is 285 meters. So we can actually calculate the angle C here, right? We can calculate the angle C. What do we write? Sine C over C is equal to sine B over B, right? That sine C over the side opposite C was side opposite C 285 is equal to sine B, which is sine 78 over 305, which is sine 78 over 305. That's 305 or 307. 307. So now to solve for this, I multiply both sides by 285. I get sine C is equal to 285 sine 78 over 307. So sine C will be equal to 0.9081, rounded off to 4 significant figures. And then C will be equal to arc sine of that 0.9081. So the angle C is going to be 65.2 degrees, which is roughly just 65 degrees. Right. So we know this is now 65 degrees. So to find this other part, what do? We know that this is the bearing, right? We know that right round here, right round, the angle right round is 360 degrees, right? So for us to find the orange angle, we say 360 minus what? This, which is minus this 65, right? So the bearing is going to be 360 minus 65, which will give you 295 degrees. So that is the bearing of A from C. So that's the bearing of A from C. We've done that. And finally now, they want us to find BC. So BC is the length of this side here, right? This side here, BC. Now for us to find BC using sine rule, we need to know this angle here, right? Maybe let me just put red there. So for us to find this angle, we use our simple knowledge that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So 180 minus these two should give me the angle there. All right, so what am I saying? I'm going to calculate that the angle at A is going to be 180 minus 78 plus 65, which is 180 minus 78 plus 65 is 143, which is going to be an angle of 37 degrees. So that's 37 degrees there. Once I know that, I can calculate now this side, right? I'll call this side small letter a opposite A, right? Using sine rule. What do we write in sine rule? A over sine of A is equal to B over sine of B. So if we look at it, our angle A is 37. So A over sine of 37. A over sine of 37 is equal to B, which is this, 307 over sine 78. 307 over sine 78. So 307 over sine 78, because our angle B is 78, our side B is 307. So to find A, we just multiply both sides by sine 37, right? To remove it from the denominator. So I have A is equal to 307 sine 37 over sine 78. So A will be equal to, if you simplify this, 189 meters. So that is my side B to C. We had called it A temporarily, but it's actually BC, which is 189 meters. So there you have it. You've applied sine rule to a question on bearing, and you found the answers.